Alright, this is step 10 in your student guide. We are going to be assembling your 3 layers to complete your project. So we're going to be working outside on our balcony so that we have some ventilation, and we are going to be working with some spray adhesive to connect your 3 layers seamlessly. So you're going to come out here to the table. You're going to want to make sure you have a fresh piece of newspaper. Whoever was out here before you should have thrown their newspaper away. You want to make sure the newspaper you're working on is not sticky at all. So we're going to start. We've got your foreground, middle ground, and background. You can set your background paper aside for the time being, and we're going to adhere your foreground and middle ground first, okay? So we're going to work with your foreground. This is really important to make sure you do it in the correct order. Otherwise, your word might turn out backwards. So you want to make sure you spray the back side of it. So I'm taking my foreground and I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to spray the adhesive on the back side. And once I spray the adhesive, I'm going to leave it flat on the table. And I am going to press my middle ground on top of it. Okay? So, I have my spray adhesive here. You want to make sure you give it a couple of shakes. This can's pretty empty. And when you spray it, you want to be approximately 8 to 10 inches away. And that will give it a nice even coat. Right, if I spray up here, it's going to soak my paper, and that won't be good. So from a distance, give it a couple of shakes, and then give a nice spray. Make sure you get all of the corners and edges. And then what you're going to do is go ahead and take your middle ground. Again, make sure you are looking at the back of it when you do this. And what I recommend is trying to line up a corner or an edge. So I tried to line up this top right corner and edge. And then you're going to go ahead and press down firmly. If it's a little uneven down here at the bottom, that's okay. You'll notice when you go to pick it up, it should be a little tacky, but when you turn it around, it should look how you want it. All right, now we are going to spray the first 2 pieces to our background pieces. And again, our newspaper is really sticky right now, so I'm just going to take it, I'm going to flip it around so that I am working on a non-sticky piece of newspaper. So we are going to do the exact same thing with the next layer. Make sure you are spraying the back of your middle ground, about 8 to 10 inches away. Nice light spray, making sure to get all the corners and edges. Take your background paper and line up a corner. If you make a mistake when you are putting this down, you will not be able to pick it back up because this adhesive spray is really strong and your paper will not come apart. And there you have it. When you're done, it should look something like this. If you have some paper hanging off the edge, we will just trim this on the cutting board. When you are done, you need to make sure you take your piece of newspaper that's all sticky and put it in the recycling bin. You can leave the can of spray adhesive out at the table. And then your project, because it still is a little tacky, it's going to take some time for it to dry, you're going to want to take it inside and put it on the drying rack.